What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cosmet Wrestling. Man, this feels like old times. We're recording at my house because if you could see how much snow we had outside, it is ridiculous.
Yeah, I couldn't make it into the studio, but I'm excited. At least we made it
on camera.
To your house on camera today. But
yeah, let's get into another episode of
It opens up with the WWE Champion, Drew McIntyre, nothing better. He's welcoming us to Raw. Drew brings up about how the men's Royal Rumble match actually caught his eye as the rated R superstar Edge. His music hits. I got excited. Drew continues to compliment Edge nonstop, and Edge tells him that is not a champion, a true champion in Edge's eyes, and that is not how Edge is as a person. But then Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior, then interrupts, heads to the ring, all just telling Edge that just stop making fun of Drew and all that. And Edge says, "Oh, Drew, you're in a world of problems and you're playing a dangerous game," and that he will know when Edge makes his decision about his opponent choosing come WrestleMania, and no matter who Edge faces, he will come out of WrestleMania as a champion, either Drew likes it or not. Edge leaves the ring as Drew holds up the title, just kind of celebrating along the WWE champion, as Sheamus, out of nowhere, bro kicks his former friend, Drew McIntyre, to close this segment.
Yeah, I mean, we had to all see this coming eventually. And a match between those two, I'm certainly looking forward to, that's for sure. We then have Charlie Caruso meet with Sheamus backstage, as all of a sudden we see Drew Gulak hand him a suitcase and just walk off. Wonder what's going on here.
I don't know, but Sheamus is furious, and he's just hungry for gold, and I don't blame him. But then proceeding to our first match of the night, it was for the United States Championship, as Matt Riddle comes out, then followed by the U.S. Champion Bobby Lashley, accompanied by MVP. Cool, we were going to get a title match with these two. I don't mind it, but Bobby Lashley just throws Riddle outside the ring, and he brings him back up on the apron as they're going to go back into the ring, like he was going to start the match again. And he just applies the Hurt Lock over the ropes as he just goes over the ref's 5 count and just ends the match in DQ, and then Riddle actually taps out after the bell rung.
Yeah, I mean, Riddle looked like he was in pain here, and MVP was actually telling Bobby to stop, and Bobby was having none of it. It looked like he was pissed off from losing the Royal Rumble match last night.
He kept applying the Hurt Lock, then throwing him over the barricade, and then later on we cut to him just trying to get up with the ref's help, and he was in pain. So he played this off really well.
We then cut to the backstage arena garage as Bad Bunny pulls up in a Bugatti, looking all serious, man.
I thought it would have been like Vince McMahon or somebody else, but out comes Bad Bunny. This was completely just out of nowhere, but whatever. It kind of gave you old vibes of when people would return in the arena, like John Cena in his Mustang. Or
imagine if it was John Cena.
Well, then we return with the Viper ranting about Edge's return once again this year at the Rumble, winning the Rumble indeed, almost as if he forgot what Orton has done for him in the past. So he's a little pissed off tonight.
We then see Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston in Gorilla, as they just talk about what damage they're going to do to Mustafa Ali and the rest of Retribution.
But throughout this match, we actually learned that Jeff Hardy and Carlito
spit in the face, although he can't spit in the face because of COVID.
Will team up against Elias and Jackson Riker. So I was actually pretty excited for this, but let's head back to the fight with Ali and Woods. They both gave each other just equal fight, both looking strong here. But Ali trying to roll up Woods, Xavier just reverses really quickly and then rolls him up for the 3 count. Devastating WWE roll-up pin.
Duh, man, those roll-ups get you every time.
Damian Priest and then Bad Bunny, they are chatting backstage. I just never thought we would have seen Damian Priest.
Let me just say, Damian Priest is a monster, man. 6'5", 240.
Hey, are we going to see a tag team with them tonight?
Oh, my God. We then have the star of Miz TV, as Miz and Morrison welcome Bad Bunny and compliment him on his performance at the Royal Rumble last night.
This was just absolute gold, but Miz and Morrison, they kind of asked for an apology from Bad Bunny himself for entering the Royal Rumble, kind of putting their success in jeopardy.
Yeah, for sure.
But
although that cross body was impressive.
That was okay, but Miz and Morrison, they say they can take Bad Bunny under their wing after seeing kind of what he did with that crossbody, but says if we take you under our wing, you have to help us record an album. And Bad Bunny just kind of got a little pissed off after they kind of mimicked him a little bit.
Yeah.
And things started to get heated as Miz just got so upset and just tells him to respect his show. Then all of a sudden, Damian Priest music hit, and then he comes down to the ring and just absolutely clocks The Miz as we head to a quick commercial break. We then come back from that break with Damian Priest facing off against the A-lister, the Mr. Money in the Bank, The Miz, with actually John Morrison and Bad Bunny on each side of the announcer's table. Bad Bunny just stopped Miz from using his briefcase as a weapon, and then hits John Morrison with a mic, allowing Damian Priest to just hit The Miz with a reckoning with his first Raw debut win.
We then see a replay of Alexa Bliss getting RKO'd by Randy Orton as we learn that Alexa Bliss is facing Nikki Cross later on in the evening.
Next up is tag team action with Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado taking on the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Hurt Business, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Lucha House Party, they indeed looked strong in this match, but not for long with Shelton getting the win, tagging himself in. This actually kind of pissed off Cedric, because Cedric was about to end the match, but whatever. I mean, Cedric, he was pissed, but Shelton did get the win to remain top Raw Tag Team Champions. I think we're going to see a breakup soon with The Hurt Business, Kyle.
Or I guess what they say, the saying goes, friction makes fire, and I guess maybe they do that just to hype each other up.
Yep.
We then have a women's triple threat tag team match, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus Charlotte Flair and Asuka, and the surprising team, Naomi and Lana.
This was perfect, but hey, whoever wins this match then faces Nia and Shayna for their titles in the near future, who are actually ringside accompanying this match. Midway through the match, Ric Flair and Lacey Evans interrupt and just frustrate Charlotte Flair. I didn't even pay attention where Charlotte went. I think she actually walked into the back because she was so pissed off, but this distracted Asuka as Naomi hits her with a rear view and pins her for that 1-2-3. So it looks like Lana and Naomi are going to be future Raw Tag Team Champions in the near future, Kyle.
Hey, I'd love to see it. I think Lana and Naomi definitely deserve this opportunity. They both busted their ass in the ring, and I'd love to see it. We then have Charlie Caruso sitting backstage talking to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, talking about how Sheamus turned on Drew. Drew says if Sheamus is willing to throw away their friendship for the title, he says, you want the match with me for my title? You got it. Well, I was excited for that, but what happened next, I was almost even more excited for, which is Carlito and Jeff Hardy versus Elias and Jackson Riker. With great teamwork by Jeff and Carlito, Jeff does hit that Swanton bomb onto Elias for the win. After a 10-year hiatus, Carlito just doesn't look like he lost one little tad off of him. He looks great.
We then see Edge backstage sending a message to Orton.
Yeah, calling him a jealous man. He says that he needs to main event WrestleMania. Edge, he does want this really bad. He needs to take his family out of that hole that he says they're in by winning a championship at WrestleMania. He wants to win back that WWE Championship that he never lost, and he tells Randy Orton that he's going to end him tonight because they're going to go one-on-one with each other for the main event.
We then see Edge backstage as he walks past Priest. I mean, imagine these two in the ring together.
Well, Priest kind of, they just shake each other's hand, and that just kind of just walks off before kind of the main event, which is later on. Next, Nikki and Alexa face off, with Alexa just completely playing mind games onto her ex-best friend, changing to her goddess self, then back to Sister Abigail, then later hitting a Sister Abigail of her own.
Yeah, a new version.
This just put away Nikki, but as Alexa actually heads up the ramp, Randy Orton's music hits as he's coming down for the main event. Him and Alexa just walk right past each other.
Didn't even look at each other. You cut that tension with a knife.
Alexa actually stares at him, but he does not look at her once and kind of just ignores her and keeps going.
We then are set for the main event, Edge versus Randy Orton. I was certainly looking forward to this. The two battle outside the ring as Edge sets up the announcer's table for an RKO.
Yeah, RKO, and Alexa Bliss is then kind of seen sitting on the top turnbuckle as they kind of scatter back in the ring. Randy Orton turns around and is completely scared. Blood's coming out of her mouth, and this distracts Randy, and Edge just goes for that spear and pins him for the 1-2-3 as Alexa Bliss just completely disappears into the shadows, and we fade to black with a winning Edge.
I mean, let's just give Edge credit here. A superstar that we never thought we'd be able to see compete again lasted about an hour and some minutes in the Royal Rumble and actually winning it and then having a hard-fought match against Randy Orton tonight. I mean, what a comeback for sure. Alright guys, that was it for this week's Monday Night Raw. Let us know what you liked most about this week's show and the Royal Rumble. And always like, comment, and subscribe. And I gotta say, it was nice doing it from the house again. Brought back some old-time vibes. And hopefully we will be in the studio next week. Not under 15 inches of snow.
That's right. Alright guys, thank you for
watching.
Peace out. Peace.